Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Hot by Avril Lavigne. And we end up capoing this on first fret to kind of match the recording, but we'll all through a couple things in reposition just in case you don't have a capo. And it starts out with this really cool little intro progression starting on a G major chord. And we play your first finger goes to A on the second fret, second finger on the low E third fret, and third finger on the high E third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on putting the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high third, and kind of working that for your G major through the tune too. And then from the G, and actually we have this big hit there where you may want to do just kind of two downs and then kind of kill the strings, or even a down up and kill it. Kind of working that as kind of that main intro idea. And then from the G we'd be going to our D major chord. I normally do this first finger on the G second, second finger on the high E second, and third finger on the B string third. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to dig on lifting off the second finger, making that a D suspended second, or adding in the pinky on the high E third for D suspended chord and kind of say some things around the D chord. And you'll definitely hear a cool little hammer-on pull-off lick in the bridge part, where you can use your pinky to kind of take the D idea, do a hammer-on to the third fret on the high E, and then let it fall off for a pull-off. It's kind of this cool little lick that happens through the bridge. And then from the D we'd be going to an A minor chord. And the way you play A minor, first finger goes to the B on the first fret, second finger on the D second fret, and third finger on the G string second fret. And if you strum all those together, oh, the sad sounds of A minor. Now you may also want to dig on lifting off the first finger, making that an A suspended second, or adding in the pinky on the B string third for an A suspended chord and kind of say some things around the A minor. Or another option would be to lift the third finger and make that an A minor 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for an A minor 7. Or you may want to dig on an A7 sus, where you can do first finger on the D second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, and kind of working that for your A minor. And then from the A, we'd be going to a C major. And the way you play C major, first finger goes to the B on the first fret, second finger on the D second fret, third finger on the A string, third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord and it sounds really happy. Now around the C, you may want to lift off the first finger and make that a C major 7. Or you can add in the pinky on the B string third for a C major 9 and kind of say some things around the C chord. Or another way to play C major 9, we'll be doing first finger on the D second, second finger on the A third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that for your C major 9. And through the tune, actually on the intro, you'll kind of hear just that down up kill it kind of an idea, kind of a G, D, down up kill it, A minor, C, down up kill it, G, down up kill it, D, A, and kind of a big C push. Or if you wanted to, you could do a couple other strummings through that. You may want to think about doing just downs, and this comes in a lot through the verse idea. It's kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, kind of a down idea. And I'm taking the right hand and kind of laying it down on top of the saddle just to kind of get that a little bit sneaky, and kind of adding in some right hand muting. So you want to think about using that too for your strumming through the tune. C, G, push, kind of a big C chord before we come in on our verse. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we take the G and just tried that a lot. You know, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So we tried that through the intro progression. You got the G, I think the background feel of that part is actually something called a 16th note strum feel. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down, up. What I mean by that is if you take the G and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And then on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you'd be going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. There's a couple ways you could kind of apply that through that intro part. You could do just the half of the pattern, kind of the G with a down, 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 up. Actually, you can even take that idea and just try it on all the chords. Kind of G, down, down, up, B, down, down, up, A minor, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, G, down, down, up, B, down, down, up, A minor, and then kind of a big C. Or you could do a split pattern idea by taking the G with a down, 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 up, and then go to the D for the up, down, down, up, down, up. And the A for the down, 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 up. And then go to the C for the up, down, 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 up. So kind of taking that pattern and splitting it between the chords. Kind of G, down, down, up, D, up, down, down, up, A minor, down, down, up, C, up, down, down, up, G, down, down, up, D, up, down, up, A minor, down, maybe one. Just kind of ride that out on a big C at the end. So that might be another option to kind of support your voice and fill some time. And then from there, then we go into our main verse progression. And our main verse starts on the G major, but then we go to an E minor chord. And normally you do this first finger on the A string second finger on the D second, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord. It sounds very sad. Now you may also want to take the third finger and add him in on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of make that an E minor 7 if you kind of dig on that voicing. And then from the E minor, we'll be going to a B minor chord. And normally you do this as a first fret bar, or second fret bar with the first finger, second finger on the B third fret, third finger on the D fourth fret, pinky on the G fourth fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord. That sounds really sad. Now you may also want to dig on lifting the pinky and making that a B minor 7. Or if you're just starting out and kind of trying to avoid the bars, you may want to think another way to play B minor 7. We're doing first finger on the A second finger on the G second, third finger on the high E second. If you kind of strum the A string to the high E string, that gets your clear sound. That's another way to play B minor 7. Or especially if you're digging on the C major non-voicing, you may want to do first finger on the A second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. Kind of read that more like a drone idea, just kind of holding on that third fret on the B and the E for your B minor. And then we go to a C major chord. We end up repeating that 4 times, and at the very end of our verse, you'll kind of hear this big push where you may want to take the A minor and just work that down up idea from the intro. We kind of do that on an A minor and C. So through the verse, you could really work any of those strummings, actually kind of G, E minor, kind of working the down idea, B minor, C, or you could do the down, down, up, down, up, E minor, B minor, C, or you could work the 16th idea, kind of that half pattern idea, B minor, C, or you could split the pattern, G minor, B minor, C, our A minor hit, and our C hit, to kind of set us up to go into our pre-chorus part. And our pre-chorus starts on the D major, and then we go to A minor, and then our C, and then our G chord. And then we go back to D, and then an A minor, and then our C, to kind of set us up for our chorus, which is like our intro progression. So all the way through that pre-chorus part, you have kind of D, A minor, C, G, or you can even kind of gravitate towards the 16th pattern if you're kind of digging on that idea. C. And from there, then we'll be going into our chorus part, and then repeating our verse and our pre-chorus and our chorus, and then going into our bridge part. And on our bridge, we start on the A minor chord, and then we go to C major, and then we go to G major, and then we go to D major. And you'll hear these cool little broken chord ideas around those chords actually. Yeah, you could even start with the A minor and kind of work an A, D, G, B string idea, kind of breaking up the strings just individually. A, D, G, B, and then we could go to a C chord for kind of an A string, D string idea. But then you hear this cool little lick come in where you could play the open high E, and then do a hammer on to the first fret on the high E, and then come back to the open. It's a little hammer on pull off idea on the open. O, 1, O, and then we go to first fret on the B. So on that C chord is kind of that 3, 2, O, 1, O, 1. And on the G chord we could do low E and then D, G, B. And then we could go to our D major chord for an A or a D and a G string idea. And then kind of hit the high E on the second fret for that hammer on pull off to third. And then go back to third on the B string. Kind of follow those licks, or even making up your own licks, actually breaking up the chords can be cool too. Kind of the A minor idea, C idea, and then the G, and then the D, A minor, C, G, D. Just want to kind of follow those notes. And we would be repeating that 3 times, and the last time you'll kind of hear the A minor and the C, and kind of just a push on the G before we go into our last pre-chorus and our chorus. Now the weird part is to play along with Avril, instead of starting on a G major chord, she's starting on an A flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on first fret, then now your G is really an A flat major, and your D is really an E flat major, and your A minor is really a B flat minor, and your C is really a D flat major, and your B minor is really a C minor chord, and your E minor is really an F minor chord. So take it from the very beginning, we kind of start off with our intro, and you might want to just kind of do those down up hits on the chords, kind of G, D, A minor, C, or you can kind of fill that time with the down idea, G, D, A minor, C, or you may dig on the down, down, up, down, up, and we have the G, D, A minor, C, or you may dig it on the 6th, G, D, A minor, and the big C, and then from there, then we'll be going into our first verse. So we have kind of our G, E minor, C, or you can use the down, down, up, down, G, E minor, B minor, C, or you can work the 16th, G, E minor, C, or a good split pattern, the 16th, G, E minor, C, we got our A minor hit, and then our C hit. You kind of dig on that. And then from there, we'll be going into our pre-chorus part. So our D, A minor, C, G, D, A minor, and our C chord to set us up for our chorus part. So we tried our chorus, you can work that any of those ways too, kind of like our intro. So G, D, A minor, or you can switch it between those ideas. It can be cool too. Now one other thing I'd think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you're throwing a bass for the chord. So on the G you'd have low E for the bass. On the E minor you'd have low E for the bass. On the B minor you'd have the A for the bass. On the C you'd have the A for the bass. And on the A minor you'd have the A for the bass. And on the D you'd have the D for the bass. So we tried that next verse with basses. We have kind of that G, basses through our pre-chorus. We have a D, A minor, then A bass, C, G, D, A minor, C, to set us up for our next chorus. So we tried basses through our chorus, and then G, into our bridge part, but you could kind of back up just the chords, or if you kind of dig on those licks, and then the C idea, and then the G, D, A minor, C, G, D, or you can just do the downs, or if you're digging on kind of the bass down, up, up, down, up, A minor. Sixteenth idea, the A minor, C, G, D, or if you're on the split pattern now, G, D, and we do that 3 times, and we kind of hit our A minor, C, and then kind of our big G hit to set us up to go into our last pre-chorus, and then we're back in our D, A minor. Now if you know the licks around these chords or other strum patterns too, feel free to kind of take this lesson and run with it any way you want to. It can be kind of cool to kind of see what you can say with the song. And then from that pre-chorus, then we're going into our main chorus again for our outro. G, D. So feel free to kind of take it and mix it up. Kind of make it your own too if you know the strum patterns or other lyrics. For myself, at the very end, I really want to play a big G chord, make people clap. But that's the basics of how you could strum through Hot by Avril Lavigne. So good luck!